Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. I know it's late, but congratulations to the Miami Heat and the NBA, right? Never liked the Heat, right? Just like I never liked San Antonio Spurs. But you know something? You got to give love and props when you see it. That's team ball. There's nobody on there that's an all-star. His name is not, my man here. What's his name? Butler, Jimmy Butler, or Adebayo is probably now an all-star. Everybody else isn't, right? Props to Eric Spoelstra for getting that team through with belief, right? Same thing back in the day. I don't like San Antonio Spurs, man. That's a Lakers adversary, right? Never liked them. But when I was coaching and all of a sudden we couldn't make it, I couldn't make it, then I would say, hey, if you can't make it to training, then watch the San Antonio Spurs game, because that's team ball personified, right? So, you got to give props to things that you don't like, but you know damn well that it's effective and it's good. So, props to Miami Heat for doing that with that team right there that they got. And one of their star players, we could say he's not an all-star, but star players and hero, wasn't even there. That's pretty awesome. So anyway, we ain't talking NBA. Point is, let's talk lightweight division. Gervonta Davis, right? Some people's new face of boxing, 1A. Because Canelo Alvarez is going to still have that moniker as the face of boxing. And Gervonta Davis, who I call the Black Canelo for a couple of years now, is the face of boxing 1B or 1A, right? So right now, we hear him pushing up a little bit on Devin Haney from what I'm hearing, right? Not really, but what I'm hearing. So what I'm telling you guys right now is Gervonta Davis versus Isaac Cruz 2 is the next fight. That's what's going to happen, right? Because his trainer or whatever, Calvin Ford, I think his name is, you mentioned, like I see all the promoters do, they'll say about 3 names of the fighter that the next fighter is going to fight. And in between all those names is one guy that they're definitely going to fight. And the names that they surround them with are guys that fights that you really want to see. But then they sprinkle in a name in there that you don't really want to see. And that's the one they're going to really fight. And that's what I've seen, right? What I'm seeing, Gervonta Davis, is calling out Devin Haney. Conveniently, after Devin Haney is talking to Regis Prograis in the 140-pound division, then Gervonta Davis is talking about the Devin Haney is what I'm hearing, right? That could possibly happen. But if that don't happen, then we're going to fight Isaac Cruz. Damn it, Isaac Cruz is the next fight. And Isaac Cruz don't deserve a fight with Devin Haney, with Gervonta Davis, the rematch, because Isaac Cruz could have bust through the door and got a rematch with Gervonta Davis. But instead of fighting Shakur Stevenson in an eliminator bout, he just decides he's not going to fight Shakur Stevenson. And like most Mexican guys do, they can avoid that fight that's supposed to happen, that hard fight, and then everybody will forget that he just didn't fight the eliminator fight with Shakur Stevenson for no reason, right? And now he's going to be able to go into a lucrative fight. Just like Ryan Garcia, it's Devin Haney's mandatory, don't have to fight him, and then goes into a lucrative fight anyway. Just like Jaime Munguia is the mandatory for Demetrius Andrade for years. I'm just not going to do that. And I'm going to go into all these other fights. Now Lomachenko, just anything, not this hard guy, right? That's how it rolls. So Gervonta Davis ain't trying to fight no Devin Haney. Here's the deal with Gervonta Davis, and the reason I call him the Black Canelo, because Canelo faced a boxing and got people in his division that he won't fight for years, right? And then they just say he's better than these guys. Demetrius Andrade, he could have fought for undisputed. He could have fought when Demetrius Andrade was the champion, and he wasn't the champion at 154. He was Demetrius Andrade mandatory, and just said, I'm not going to do it. And what happens? Demetrius gets stripped because he can't get fights. Canelo, for one, even though he was begging, and he's the champion, and Canelo was the mandatory, he didn't have to fight him. They strip him, and then Canelo fights Leon Smith instead of him. At 154, Canelo doesn't fight Demetrius Andrade or either of the Charlos, who are the other champions, right? Goes to 160, and then same thing. Won't fight Charlo, won't fight Demetrius Andrade for undisputed. And all this is for a lot of money, people. But he becomes the face of boxing. So Gervonta Davis is 28 years old, older than all the other ones in there except for Lomachenko. He's been there for a while, been in the same divisions as Lomachenko, and it still ain't fought Lomachenko all these years. And Lomachenko was calling him out. Devin Haney is new, Ryan Garcia was new, younger than him. Just Shakur Stevenson just came up to the division, but they was at 130. That could have happened a long time ago, but it ain't. That's why my point is he's the face of boxing, and the guy that's undisputed, the face of boxing right now, has a guy in his division, not a division above or below, in his division who's undisputed and just be the legend. So I'm telling you guys, with all that information, right? Gervonta Davis ain't fighting no Devin Haney right now. And here's the thing. If Gervonta Davis was going to fight Devin Haney, this is what would have happened. Gervonta Davis would be like, Devin, you are struggling at 135 pounds, right? So I don't want to fight you at 135 pounds. I didn't do that to Ryan Garcia, who hasn't done anything in boxing, right? So I didn't do that to him. I fought him at a catchweight because he's struggling with 135 pounds, right? So we'll fight, and I fought Mario Barrios to go get a regular title at 140. So you know what, Devin Haney, we can fight at 140. We can fight at 138. I don't want no excuses. That hasn't happened. I guarantee you Devin Haney would have to get all the way down to 135 pounds, right? Even though he's struggling. So they haven't said that, right, to Devin Haney, which makes my antenna go up, right? So, and therefore, then we mentioned Isaac Cruz. They didn't say it's either Devin Haney or Shakur Stevenson. Or you know what, since Lomachenko looks so good, then we'll take him. No, it's Devin Haney or Isaac Cruz, which I'm telling you means, translation, we fighting Isaac Cruz. Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.